Christian Horner's sudden exit from Red Bull has already created shock waves in the Formula One world. But what makes this situation even more fascinating is the rumor that Ferrari could be interested in bringing Horner on board. And this is where things take an even more dramatic turn, because with Lewis Hamilton also joining Ferrari next season, the idea of Horner and Hamilton teaming up under the iconic red colors of Maranello has fans and experts buzzing with questions. Could the architect of Red Bull's dominance now help Hamilton chase his historic 8th world title with Ferrari? Could two of the most competitive figures in the sport, once fierce rivals, now join forces to change the course of F1 history? Lewis Hamilton is beginning a brand new chapter of his legendary career. After years of success and disappointment at Mercedes, he's taking one of the biggest risks in the sport, moving to Ferrari. It's a team with a rich legacy, but also a team that hasn't won a championship in years. For Hamilton, the motivation is not just to drive a fast car, it's about legacy. It's about trying to win an 8th world title in the most iconic team in Formula One. But for that dream to become a reality, he needs more than talent behind the wheel. He needs the right leadership, the right strategy, and the right team structure. And that's where the idea of Christian Horner comes in. Christian Horner was not just a team principal at Red Bull. He was one of the main architects behind their years of dominance. From Sebastian Vettel's for titles to Max Verstappen's current success, Horner was a constant presence behind the scenes, making the right calls, managing team politics, and guiding Red Bull to glory. His leadership helped Red Bull master race strategy, tire management, and aerodynamic development in ways that few teams could match. These are exactly the areas where Ferrari has struggled in recent years. Despite having a strong car and talented drivers like Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, Ferrari has often fumbled with strategy calls, tire usage, and race day decisions. Imagine Christian Horner bringing his sharp attention to detail and strategic expertise to Ferrari, working alongside Hamilton, who is known for his focus and race intelligence. This could be a game-changing combination. Horner understands how to build a championship-winning culture. He knows how to get the best out of a team, and he's proven that over and over again at Red Bull. With Hamilton's experience and hunger for success, and Horner's ability to lead and organize a winning team, Ferrari could transform overnight into a serious title contender. But of course, it's not that simple. There's a major obstacle to this dream scenario. Christian Horner isn't just looking for a job. According to F1 analyst Martin Brundle, Horner would not settle for just being a team principal again. He would want real power, not just influence over the car or the strategy, but a stake in the team's future. He would want to be part of the decision-making process at the highest level. He wants ownership, he wants control, and that's where Ferrari becomes a difficult fit. Ferrari is part of a huge corporate structure. It is closely tied to the Fiat Group and is a publicly traded company. Decisions are made by the boardroom, not by individuals. Even the most talented leaders at Ferrari often face limitations due to the company's structure and Italian traditions. For Horner, this could be a deal breaker. He may not want to work in an environment where he cannot fully shape the direction of the team. This raises a deeper question. Even if the headlines are suggesting that Horner could join Ferrari, is that really the best place for him and Hamilton to team up? Or could they form a new alliance somewhere else? Maybe at a different team, where Horner can have the ownership and power he desires, and Hamilton can get the leadership and support he needs to chase the 8th title. What if Horner decided to use this moment to start a new project? Maybe a new team or a struggling team like Alpine that needs a complete rebuild. He could shape the entire organization around Hamilton's final push for glory. It would give Horner the control he craves, and it would give Hamilton a hand-picked structure built to support his legacy mission. It sounds like fantasy, but in F1, we've seen bold moves like this happen before. Still, if we return to the Ferrari scenario, there's no denying the potential. Strategically speaking, Horner's experience could fix many of Ferrari's long-standing problems. Under his leadership, Red Bull became experts at maximizing every opportunity. Whether it was virtual safety car timing, tire compound selection, or alternate pit strategies, they found ways to score big even when they didn't have the fastest car. That level of precision is exactly what Ferrari has been missing. In 2025 and beyond, every small decision could be the difference between winning and losing a championship. Hamilton is turning 40 by the time the 2026 regulations come in. His window for winning another title is getting smaller, He doesn't have time to waste. He needs a team that can execute perfectly every weekend. That's where Horner could make the difference. He knows how to create a winning environment, and he's not afraid to make tough decisions to keep the team focused on results. But beyond the strategy, there's a human story here that is just as powerful. The idea of Horner and Hamilton working together is almost unthinkable. When you remember their history, their rivalry, especially during the 2021 season, was one of the most intense and emotional battles in recent memory. Horner and Hamilton were on opposite sides of a championship fight. That ended in huge controversy and bad feelings, so the idea of them now putting that behind and working as allies is not just surprising, it's historic. Can they really trust each other after everything that has happened? That's the big question. For this partnership to succeed, both Horner and Hamilton would have to let go of the past. They would have to see each other not as rivals, but as partners working toward the same goal. That takes a lot of maturity and honesty. It also requires clarity from Ferrari. The team would need to give Horner full freedom to manage things his way. That might include making Hamilton the clear #1 driver, which could create tension with Charles Leclerc. Would Ferrari be willing to take that risk? Would they give Horner the control he's used to at Red Bull? Would Leclerc accept a supporting role to Hamilton? These are the kinds of decisions that can define a team's success or failure. But if everyone is aligned, if they are all committed to the same goal, the rewards could be massive. We've seen what happens when a great driver and a great leader come together at Ferrari. In the 1990s, Jean Todt joined Ferrari and built a dynasty around Michael Schumacher. Todt was methodical, politically smart, and focused on creating a team that worked as one unit. He gave Schumacher everything he needed, and together they won 5 world titles. That period transformed Ferrari from a struggling team into a dominant force. The comparison with Horner and Hamilton is hard to ignore. Horner, like Todt, knows how to manage a complex organization. He's done it at Red Bull for years. He helped build the team from a midfield outfit into a championship powerhouse. Hamilton, like Schumacher, is willing to take a big risk for greatness. He's leaving a comfortable and successful home at Mercedes to try and win with Ferrari. That kind of ambition deserves a support system that matches it, but the challenges are real. Horner's management style is intense. He's known for being direct, demanding, and politically sharp. Hamilton, on the other hand, has spent most of his career working with Toto Wolff, who gives his drivers a lot of space and freedom. Would Hamilton be comfortable working under someone like Horner, who tends to control every detail? Would their strong personalities clash, or would they find mutual respect? If they can make it work, the results could be incredible. Ferrari has been close to success in recent years, but always seems to fall short. With Hamilton's driving and Horner's leadership, those gaps could finally be closed. They could turn Ferrari from a what-if team into a championship-winning machine. The impact of this partnership would go far beyond Ferrari. It would shake up the entire grid. Red Bull would feel the pressure immediately if Horner leaves. It would be a massive shift for them. Would Verstappen stay if Horner is no longer there? Would the team lose its direction? Mercedes, too, would be forced to rethink everything. Losing Hamilton is already a blow. But if he starts winning again with Ferrari, it would be even more painful. McLaren would also be affected. The entire balance of power in Formula One would shift. And then there's the 2026 regulations. That year will bring major changes to how the cars are designed and how power units work. It's a reset point. Teams that prepare well could jump to the front. Teams that get it wrong could fall behind. For years, Horner has already proven he knows how to lead a team through a regulation change. He did it in 2022 with Red Bull.